Let us understand here how to fill the LC application form. Now that your contract is signed and the terms has been agreed as letter of credit, so now you want to open the LC. So you approach the bank and bank gives you this LC application form. So here you need to provide the buyer information, the importer, and here you need to provide the seller information. So we'll start filling this. So let us assume that we are based in UAE and the seller is based in maybe China. So I'll choose any random name. So next we have here is issue by Swift or through courier. So we'll choose this as Swift as this is a faster way compared to the courier. And the next we have here is expiry date. So how do we determine the expiry date in the LC? Let's assume the shipment date is 1st of December and the presentation days, the days we give to the supplier to present the document to the advising bank is 21 days, and we'll give him the grace days in case of maybe there is a late shipment due to unforeseen circumstances. So this will be my expiry date. So the gap between the shipment date and the expiry date is usually 1 month. So you can keep it as 30th of December. So we will mention here the place of presentation as China, as he will be presenting the documents in his Chinese bank. He cannot come to UAE to present the document. And the amount here we'll keep it as 100,000. So here you will mention the supplier bank details. So the bank name, IBAN number, not mandatory, but this is mandatory. SWIFT code is mandatory. We have two options here. If you want your claim not to exceed this 100,000, you will choose this option here. In some cases, you need to provide the supplier with a tolerance, especially if you are buying from the manufacturing unit. Sometimes the quantity requested may differ from the quantity we receive from the supplier. Let's say here you ordered 900 meters. But after the production, it was 910. The quantity produced was 910. So he supplied the same. So it's not always the case. It's very unusual, but it happens with the manufacturing unit, and it is very common. And the next we have here is confirmation of the credit. A few suppliers may ask for the confirmation on letter of credit, but it's not always the case. Now what is confirmation? It's just a double assurance from the second bank if the first bank, that is issuing bank, is failing to honor the payment. Now why should bank fail to make the payment? The reasons may be many. Let's understand. The issuing bank may go bankruptcy in some cases. We'll mention here as bankruptcy. Or maybe the issuing bank is located in country of war, or a place prone to earthquake. So in such cases, the supplier doesn't want to take any chance. So he wanted to secure his payment. So he's requesting for the double confirmation from the other bank. So the charges will be upon the beneficiary, because this is upon his request we are adding the confirmation. And the next options we have here is credit available with. So if you're choosing payment at site, the supplier will get the money immediately upon submission of the complying documents to the advising bank. So by the word you can understand it's cite. So upon citing of the documents, upon seeing of the document, bank has to pay him immediately. Yes, of course, we have to consider the minimum turnaround time required for verification and the internal process from the bank. Usually it takes 5 to 7 working days. So, and the next we have here is deferred payment. This payment will be made in the later stage, whatever has been defined here. We can mention here as 30 days from invoice date, or you can mention 30 days from shipment date. So whatever has been defined here, bank will make the payment on the basis of it. So it's just a delay in the payment. And we have here is mixed can be like you wanted to pay 90% upon shipment and 10% after 1 year. So, and next we have here is shipment from, if the shipment is coming from China, so we'll mention any port in China. So we'll mention the same thing here. And shipment to, we'll mention any port in UAE. And you want to you want the shipment to come in specific port, so then you will mention this as Jebel Ali. If the port is nearby to your company, you will mention Jebel Ali port, or you can mention it as Abu Dhabi port or Fujairah, whatever it is. So I'll mention any port in UAE here. And the shipment date. So it has been already agreed in the purchase and sale agreement. The shipment date will be 1st of December. So we'll keep it as 1st of December. And the next option we have here is partial shipment. If you're keeping this as allowed, now the supplier has an option to partially ship few materials in one stage and the balance material in the later stage. Let's say you have ordered 500 quantity. So the supplier has an option to ship 300 quantity under one shipment and 200 quantity in the second shipment. So, and if you're choosing it as not allowed, then it becomes obligatory to the supplier to ship all in one go, or all in under one shipment. And the next we have here is transshipment. It's always recommended to keep this as not allowed unless there is no direct vessel coming from from China to UAE. Now let's say the vessel has to come to Saudi first, and it will get unloaded there, and it will reload to another vessel. Then it has to come to UAE, because there is no any direct vessel coming from China to UAE. In such cases, we can keep it as allowed. And the next we have is description here. We'll fill the description in this box. So let's keep it very generic. Supply of material. So whatever description you're mentioning here has to appear in all the commercial documents. So we'll mention supply of material as per purchase order number, something like this. So once this is done, the next we have here is Incoterms. I'll make a separate video on Incoterms because this video will be lengthy and long. Let's choose here CAF as a Incoterms. Here C refers to cost, I refers to insurance, and F refers to freight charges. So all these charges has to be borne by the supplier, and he has to arrange for this.